at least for those who do not live under a rock, I think you know what's happening with Jaguar, and I don't know if there is a lot of people here that did follow this news or not. So Jaguar came out with a very, should I say, woke advertisement recently, and I'm going to play it out and I'm going to comment on it. And I think I watched it once, but I didn't. I watched it just loosely. I'm going to watch it a bit more now, a bit further, so you can actually find it on the Jaguar YouTube channel. So this is the Jaguar. First of all, they rebranded. Yeah, it really doesn't make a lot of sense, this advert. I think them trying to rebrand, just personally, it's always tricky for a brand to bring new identity. This is on TikTok. So yeah, there we go. We are going to go on TikTok. We're just gonna continue as a guest and check out some of this meme, Jaguar meme. So
the most powerful production sports.
they're even comparing an old advert, 2010, to the one from now, and you can see the class in that. I know they also went through a rebranding, but definitely it was really much better in 2011 than what they've done recently. It is crazy. It is crazy.
The aluminium quad cam 5-litre AJ V8 supercharged engine has been uprated to produce 550 PS.
And this is not even a meme. This is an old advert from Jaguar.
Of torque.
Yeah. It is crazy. There's even no car, actually, for a company that sells cars, and not having a car in the adverts kinda is crazy. I mean, it is unthinkable, to be honest. Like it is crazy. It is really crazy. I do not understand who is the creative director and how did they even agree to getting this one. So Jaguar new logo. So they went through quite some serious rebranding, and this is the new logo that they went with, and it really doesn't look nice, to be honest. It definitely doesn't look nice. These are some of the iteration of the logos. They should have definitely kept this one. This was good. This is the logo's iteration through the years. Oh, they had wings as well. You can see here, and then up to now, this is what they have now, and this is what they're gonna be having soon. So I saw some TikTokers or some people doing a few. So this is what we're gonna have now, which is really, I don't know. I mean, they're gonna lose a lot of customers. So some people reacted to this, and some prominent people. I don't know if you guys know this guy. He's a big big philosopher or thinker, if I can put it like that. So his name is Rory Sutherland on Jaguar Bizarre Rebrand and why they have abandoned their British roots. And I just watched maybe 30 seconds of this, and personally, I mean, they want to try to appeal to a lot more people, and that always sort of a problem with brands. So I can tell you, they are not going to appeal to a lot of people because of this. Let's just hear what he had to say, because this guy is quite a good thinker.
Absolutely love the brand. I'm also conscious of the fact that it probably cannot survive exclusively on a group of people who love the brand but don't necessarily buy the cars.
It's the Church of England problem, isn't it?
People love the church. The brand. I'm not going. I'm not going to church.
Yeah.
No, I want it to exist.
Yes.
But I'm not going to participate.
Absolutely, yeah. Rory, welcome to today by The Spectator's Wikiman correspondent, Rory Sutherland. Rory, welcome to Spec TV. Thanks for joining us today. The subject of our discussion is Jaguar's rebrand. Tell us what on earth they were thinking.
Well, there's several components to it, and there's one very big missing.
Yeah, this just looks awful, to be honest. To really be honest, this looks awful in terms of whatever they're trying to do here. I think they really missed the mark. I'm sure they're using a consulting company. I'm sure they're using a PR company. They're using marketing company, because as a big brand as Jaguar, it's actually owned by Tata, which is an Indian company, of automotive Indian company. But as a big brand as Jaguar, I think they have really missed the mark here, and this is just something that is quite unbelievable for a brand of such a long legacy. I've shown you the rebranding over the years, and none of them were really controversial. I think that Puma or that Jaguar that they have is something that's really so indicative of the brand.
Component, which of course is a car. And it's worth noting that Jaguar has done this in a period where it is manufacturing no cars at all. It was a decision taken, I think, by an earlier CEO, which was effectively to do a complete reboot. In other words, they had one electric car, which was the I-Pace, pretty well acclaimed, pretty successful, but apparently the architecture was wrong for what they were planning, or the price point was wrong. And so an earlier chief executive effectively decided, we're going to do a complete reboot. We relaunch as a wholly electric car company. I can see half of the Spectator readership fulminating away at this point. And we're also going to up the price point considerably, much closer to Bentley than to, I suppose, there was a time when they aspired almost to be a mass car manufacturer. And they're going to abandon that completely and go pretty much to the luxurious end of the performance car market. And so what they've done is they've done this rather strange advertisement, which isn't to my taste. By the way, I've had 5 Jags. I mean,
You're a Jags man.
Yeah, absolutely. At the moment, I have the Ford Mustang Mach-E, which I absolutely love, but I'm still persuadable. I'd consider going back to the Jag, though perhaps not at the price point they envisage, at least not new, maybe second-hand. But it's aroused a huge amount of noise, mostly hostile, much of it from car purists, remember. And I might argue to a degree, some very shrewd marketers, among them Mark Ritson, writing in Marketing Week, have fundamentally accused it of being tone deaf, saying that it misses, Jaguar's sort of heritage points.
Yes.
And that the ad is kind of gratuitous, that it completely seems detached from both the car's British origins, which I think do matter, by the way. And I think quite a bit of Ritson's criticism is possibly fair, but I'm going to reserve judgment. And the reason I'm going to reserve judgment is that they don't yet have a car. This is, to some extent, in the realm of teaser advertising. Again, not to my taste, but nonetheless.
Yeah, he actually does have a point here, but obviously, when you create an ad of this nature, who are you trying to really appeal to? Because the question here is the newer market. Are they trying to sell more units? Obviously, when you create an advert, it's for you to try to sell as many units as possible. And the problem arises here in terms of the perception of the brand as to who does the brand really talk to. And I think if they only really had to concentrate themselves on the original market, which is the British market, they're not going to sell as many units, because we all know how broke Britain is at the moment, especially for those who follow the news. After Brexit, I think the economy also exited the British market. So, unfortunately, the backlash comes with a lot of bad publicity, but obviously there is no bad publicity per se when they say in marketing. It has probably also created a bit more brand awareness. And according to Rory here, the issue also becomes as to which price point or which type of customer Jaguar is trying to attract. Because if they're going for those higher end clients, it is definitely going to be a little bit harder, as there is so many other brands that are chipping into that, and a lot of people more and more are not buying expensive cars. We've noticed in the market now that it's the mid-size car that a lot of brands are trying to push. So, and as you say, Jaguar hasn't produced a new car in a really long time. this thing has been so controversial that even the Jaguar CEO himself has responded to this, and he has said that it's vile hatred and intolerance. So, a 30-second clip posted on the luxury car brand X account on Tuesday prompted online backlash after it featured a diverse group of models posing in bright cloth, but no vehicle or the iconic leaping big cat. And that is the biggest problem. That actually was the biggest issue I have with this advert. Because it's a car advert, there is nothing about the car at all. So, what are we expecting people to buy? Because you can't be telling people to buy what? Are we selling clothes or are we selling cars actually? And then, funny enough, Elon Musk actually commented on the ad. Is like, "Do you guys sell car at all?" So this was very very weird. So other people claim the brand was going woke and reinvented to be on trend, on an apparent reference to those in the video and some the adverts taglines such as "copy nothing" and "break mold." So, and on Tuesday, Jaguar unveiled a new logo as part of its rebranding and said it would launch 3 new electric cars in 2026. So this is where also you need to weigh things. The logo itself actually appeals to these new electric trends. You've seen Kia designing a new logo. You've seen Hyundai designing a new logo for all of these electric line of cars. But it becomes a little bit of a fine line to define what they're really trying to appeal or what it's really trying to appeal. I think electric cars is something like any brands now has to jump on. It's a little bit like the touchscreen on phones. I think electric cars is what touchscreen did to phones a few years back. And all the brands that didn't jump on the touchscreen thing, like your BlackBerry, your Nokia, your Motorola, you can see how they are suffering up to now because they didn't follow suits as to other people. So the managing director of Jaguar, whose name is Rendon Glover, told the Financial Times that it was not meant to be woke statement and that the internet message has been lost in a blaze of intolerance. Obviously, they are doubling on the stance on that, but at the end of the day, it's a customer that talk about this. It's a customer that buy this. What should Jaguar do at this time? Should they pull that advert and maybe make a new one, which will be a sign of saying, yeah, we didn't get it properly, we didn't get it the first time? Is it going to mean that people are right? I think I'm always for inclusivity and everybody needs to be included, but at some point, the values of the companies, what are they? That's also one thing that maybe that's the main question that people are asking themselves, because Jaguar, what people know about the brand is what really people are expecting from the brand as well. So have they gone woke? That's actually also the question that we should ask here. Did they make a mistake with this? It's normal. It's acceptable for a company to make mistake. If they believe that it was a mistake to release this ad, yeah, they should just retract it and apologize and say, "Oh, we didn't see it well." This is what happened to Budweiser in the US, where they featured, I think, somebody who didn't actually drink the beer, and it created a little bit of fuss. And the company actually suffered a lot and lost a lot of its customer share and market share. So I think that is something that really needs to be looked at. It's controversial, obviously. It is something. I think the term of wokeness is something that includes so many things that we don't even know how to define it properly. What is wokeness? Actually, let's Google wokeness and find out what it is. So, wokeness is a state of being aware and of and attentive to important social issues, especially those related to racial and social justice. It involves a desire to seek out more knowledge and understanding to challenge injustice. So, however, the meaning of woke has changed over time. Like, this is the most important one. The term can now describe a misuse of social themes in a way that is preachy, unjustified, and upsetting to others. The word woke was once taken seriously, but then became ironic, a meme, and eventually a trademark. Overly politically correct. Some people define woke as being overly politically correct and policing the words of others. And that is something that is part of the trend lately. I think since 2019 up to now, people have become so sensitive to issue that has to do with race and um, sexual orientation, gender, and stuff like that. So it is really, really, really tricky, and especially for Jaguar as well, also to find himself or find itself in that mold. It is something that you can definitely see in the responses that people have taken or have given when it comes to this advert. But it is important to stay grounded, first of all, and for Jaguar to stay grounded, I think they need to go back to the roots. And I'm not saying because it's a British brand, it doesn't mean it's bought by an Indian guy, obviously, but because it's a British brand, it doesn't mean they can't go back to their British rule and try to appeal to the international market. By trying to appeal to that, you need to appeal to the purists, those who love cars and stuff like that. It is true that those purists are not big fan of electric cars because, as we all know, electric cars do not give you that same driving experience as if you're driving a petrol car in terms of engine noise and all of those stuff that will be used. But it's progress. Progress is progress, and we can't stop it. So if we are moving forward with technology, it will mean adopting electric cars at some point. But it doesn't mean adopting some views that are definitely also not coinciding or corresponding to the views that one or person share. This is where the middle line is always having a middle line in everything that you do is very important. You can't be for or against, just stand your ground, give your opinion without hurting other people. But especially when you're a brand and you have to go on the marketing route, that's a little bit more different because it is difficult to really find that middle ground. You will definitely upset few people, and on the long run, you just go with it. I think they are keeping a stance here. Those that are very vocal won't buy the brand. Those who will love the brand will buy it. That's definitely the only thing that can be done at this point. So at this moment in time, you can't say that they've done something wrong or they've done something right. The jury is out, and I think it's a very divided topic here. So the problem is, I think the problem, let's just be honest, the problem is because I think they featured somebody that looks like having different sexual orientation. If they were only, let's say, male and female without any ambiguity, I think it's the ambiguity in the ads that is upsetting people. It's very ambiguous. Which message is Jaguar trying to send? And when you are not sending right messages to your customer, it is definitely going to upset them. What are you trying to represent here? And that is the question. I think people need to ask the right question. What is Jaguar trying to represent here? Because the advert is very ambiguous. Yeah, that's simple. It's creating confusion. So if they can come up and say, because they're saying intolerance, what are we not tolerant to, or what are people not tolerant to? So the CEO say Jag has been intolerant. So this is the response of the CEO. I'll just bring it up online. I'll just bring it up here so that you guys will be able to see. The managing director say, Jaguar managing director told the Financial Times that it was not meant to be a woke statement. And that it is intended that the intended message had been lost in the blaze of intolerance. What are people not tolerating? So let's open the Financial Times. Oh, you need to pay. I'm not paying for these things anyway. So that is the question. What is Fox Business saying? Fox is very rightist. So I don't know. I'm sure they're gonna say something a little different. The Jaguar Land Rover managing director defending the bread company and doing here. Debated his new logo, copied nothing in the promotional video last week. The ad featured a androgynous model in a brightly colored over-the-top outfit, including one man wearing a dress, along with other slogans such as "Create Exuberant, Live." Okay, cool. The video blew up on social media, attracting over 163 million views and over 100,000 comments. Critics accuse Jaguar of abandoning its legacy as a high-performance sports car. manufactured with the marketing campaign and claim the brand has gone woke. So that woke word is probably the most important, and this is the most controversial part of the advert. Actually, break the mold. So this is the model that was featured, and obviously it looks like a man wearing a dress, and we all know what it does to people when they see men wearing dresses. It's always very, very controversial. While Glover praised the attention around the campaign as very positive, he said he was disappointed by the level of vile hatred and intolerance shown by social media commentators towards the models in the video. He claimed that the ad message has been lost in a blaze of intolerance. If we play the same way that everybody does, we'll just get drowned out. So we shouldn't turn up like an auto rebrand. So we need to re-establish our brand, and at a completely different price point, so we need to act differently. We wanted to move away from traditional automotive stereotype. So this, what is the stereotype of automotive as well? So that is one thing that also is open to the floor for debate. I think this is one of the longest reaction I've done to a topic, because I keep finding new element to add here. But I'll go back to the ambiguous message that the brand is trying to send. So who are you now going to be marketing to? And that is the most important thing for any brand, because at the end of the day, you are a brand that is selling cars, and if you want to sell cars, you need customers, and if you want customers, you need to define who those customers are. And that's what all brands in the world do. So at this time, Jaguar, who are you selling to? Who is the brand selling to? That is the question that I am just asking, and that is what I want to know. So guys, this is it actually for this. I'm sure there will be a lot more development on this saga, but it's probably going to die down very quickly, and then we will find out more when maybe they release a car. Let's see when they release the first electric car, how that's going to be received. I'll see you guys in the next one. Please subscribe. Peace out.